Howdy, I'm Aaron. You're watching Hydro Solo. Today, I've got some pepper plants that I'm gonna fertilize with my favorite nutrient mixes, and I'm gonna transplant a pepper seedling into its new home. So if you care about how I feed my peppers and what you should feed your peppers, then stay tuned and maybe learn a few things about seedlings and other shit along the way. Next.
Balls. Oh, it's gotta stay. You stay. Alright, so down here on the bottom shelf, I've got peppers, 3 peppers, and 1 tomato. This is a California Wonder, which is, you buy them in big box stores, and they're the typical ones that you buy at the grocery store. But they seem to grow good in containers, and they're very resistant to diseases. So I like them. And the flavor that comes out when you grow them like this is quite incredible. This right here is a hot pepper. I think it's called a Buffy. I forget exactly what variety of hot pepper that is. But I'm growing these for some jackass at work who, I like hot things. I like hot peppers. And I'm going to try to make these like smoking hot to where he has to run to the bathroom clutching his bottom every day for a week. And then this is a tomato plant. I think this is like a Patio Pride or some kind of smaller variety that grows in a bush. I don't remember if it's determinate or indeterminate, but it's still quite young right now. I started him a little over a month ago and he's progressing quite nicely. Okay, now that we have a tour, let's feed these some bitches. Okay, so as you probably saw, some of my peppers are starting to flower. So I've got my grow here, and I'm going to do a mixture of grow, this CalMag Plus, and which I feed CalMag Plus every single time for both peppers and tomatoes because they tend to like it, and I think it hoards off like the bottom rot, what's it called? End rot, some kind of rot that the fruit gets if it doesn't have enough calcium and magnesium. And this is for blooming plants. So this is when you start flowering, it's got more potassium and phosphorus. Phosphorus is for flowers, potassium is more for like the fruit and stuff. So I'm gonna create a mixture of this using this little guy right here. And I'm going to create 10, so it's like a half and half. So 10 of the Grow, and then 10 of the Pure Blend Pro, and then just a couple of splashes of the CalMag in there should round it out. So here we go. Oh, and I've got this nifty little thing. This is from my Aero Garden. So it's a nice convenient filler. It's got this little spout on the top so it don't pour shit everywhere. You know, it keeps it, you know, when you pour stuff, sometimes it runs over the edge. So annoying. But this spout here keeps it from doing that and makes it super easy to water my shit. So here we go. Pop that guy in there. Gotta shake this guy up. And I like this liquid variety here the best because it seems to mix better than the powdery stuff. And I like Botanicare as a brand, and it's a bit expensive, and this stuff here is kind of hard to find because I think it's super popular, but it tends to work the best for me. So this first batch is going to be a mixture of, I want 10 milliliters of Grow. That's about 10 right there. And then I need 10 milliliters of the Pure Blend Pro here for flowering. And you can see also that this one in here is for soil. So they make 2 different varieties. They make one if you're growing in like pure water, like true hydroponics. And then this one, which if you're growing in something like Coco Core or other medium, which is what I'm using. So let's use 20 here. Woo! That might be a little hot, but I think it'll be fine. And then we'll take this CalMag, shake this sumbitch up here, and you can see it's leaking because the seal is dumb. And we'll just dump just a squirt in there. We don't want too much. And then I like to pre-blast it with water. Tump, wrench, tump, wrench, tump, and then fill. See if I can get a shot of what it looks like early. You can see it's quite dark. It kind of looks like tea. But it'll lighten up, of course, as more water gets put in there. And look, I'm making garbanzo beans. I'm having hummus later. Yes, I can cook too. Quite amazing. Thank you for knowing that. And done. All right, screw this little guy on here. And we'll go water the shit. And if you'll notice, I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm using 2 Oyas in here simply because these guys are super heavy feeders, and these are very small Oyas comparatively. So I'm rolling with 2 in each of these because I had them. So why the hell not, right? And I can't grow too many peppers down here on this shelf, so might as well use what I got. Fill this guy up. And this should make him super duper happy, since he's starting to produce fruit. The only downside to these California Wonders is they take a long time to actually produce fruit. I'm not going to say they grow slow, because they do seem like they're pretty quick to flower and fruit. Like I think this guy here on the left he's about 2 months old, I believe, and then this guy's about a month old. And you can see that this guy here, I don't know if you can see that with this stupid GoPro, but he's starting to get a flower too. So I'm just gonna feed him the same crap that I feed the other ones, and same thing with this guy, the hot pepper. And I have no experience growing this one, so I have no clue what to expect. All I know is it's a pepper, and let's see, when did I start this? I started this guy on the 15th of March. So that was, almost 3 months ago. And I started this guy on the 15th of March also. Weird how one seems to be more developed than the other. Anyway, they're 3 months old, so you can see they grow pretty slow, but they are starting to flower, so that's pretty awesome. All right, let's fill this guy back up here. I'm going to use I'm going to do a mixture here, a lighter mixture for this dude, because I want to give my tomato just grow stuff, mostly grow stuff anyway. Because he's not really starting to flower yet, although I can start to see like where he might be about ready to. So let's go make another mixture for these two. So we'll do about 15, do a little bit more grow, and a little bit of, ooh, yeah, that's good. That might be a little bit too much for the tomato, but that's okay. And I'll do a little bit of CalMag. Get it with some water. Tump, wrench, tump, wrench, tump, and fill. Now the thing, it'll be fine if you can see these numbers right here. So this is the NPK ratios. So it's 1 part nitrogen, 4 parts phosphorus, 5 parts potassium. So it's got a little bit of nitrogen in there. And the same with this guy. This guy's mostly nitrogen, but he's also got some phosphorus and potassium. So even if I just fed the pure grow, it's still going to get some of those nutrients. I just want to be able, when it starts really heavy flowering, to load up on the phosphorus and potassium, because that's really going to accelerate flower growth. And let's go fill the other two. Twist this guy around. It's only a pain in the ass as these guys grow. It makes it harder to get to the Oyas because the leaves go everywhere. And eventually these guys will be overlapping each other, but that's okay. They can survive. It's survival of the fittest, bruh. You gotta be tough to survive these streets, bruh. Or this shelf. This is a tough neighborhood. You gotta compete with all these other sumbitches. And you can see the spout makes it super easy to fill these guys. I mean, I don't have to, it's okay if it spills out a bit. You can see it's got a pretty accurate stream, so almost like I'm peeing, like arcing it into a toilet from across the bathroom. You know, you guys ever do that? Ladies, I know you can't do it, but you know, for the guys, let me know in the comments. Can you arc it? How far can you arc it into the urinal? And ladies, let me know if that's an impressive skill, you know? Get you going. I also have this cool little pepper seedling here that has been in here for a bit. There's actually still 2 in there, but I need to transplant it because I don't know if you can see that or not, it might be too close, but he's getting his first leaves, his first true leaves. So he's ready for the meat. He's ready to get fed. He needs to get jacked, bro. So I'm gonna make a choose select which one of these I want to end. And I'm not quite sure because of the little squiggly curly thing right there makes it seem like they're kind of diseased. And I started this one on the 4th of May. So these guys are over a month old. So it's time, brah. It's time to get your ass out and get in a home. Find yourself a home. You need a home. I'm gonna be using one of these fabric pots from AC Infinity. This guy is square. He is 5 gallons. And these are my favorite bags because they hold up really well. They're nice and thick. They got lots of, quote, features that I can mess around with stuff in case I need to put up a, what is the thing called that supports the plant? A trellis? In case I need to put something like that up. So yeah, these bags are pretty awesome. Go pick some up today. I don't get paid for it. They don't pay me for any of that, so go do it. What are you waiting for? Wait, finish this and then go get the stuff, and then you'll be a kick-ass gardener like me. Grow it. Cocoa core mix. Dirt. Is dirt. Is dirt. So what we need to do for the cocoa core that I just opened out there is we need to hydrate it, rehydrate it, because it's all dehydrated, so that they can ship it everywhere and it doesn't take so much goddamn space. So those big blocks out there, they can take, I don't know, something like 5 gallons at least, and it makes a lot of soil, at least enough for like 2 5-gallon grow bags, maybe more. So this is like a long drawn out process, and I'm just gonna fast forward through this so you guys don't have to sit through the nitty-gritty details, and this video doesn't have to be 50 hours long. So enjoy the speed run. Okay, got my bag filled. Now it's time to take the tiny pepper seedling and put his ass in here and then give him some very light mixture of juice. So this isn't quite as potent as I used before. with the big guys down below. This is about 5 milliliters of grow with a little bit of Cal Mag, because these guys are still little. They got tiny little leaves. They're not ready for the big guns yet. You gotta let them get bigger. Get them acclimated to their new home, which is this bag filled with crap. And in case you guys didn't know, this is cocoa core right here that I filled this with. And this particular cocoa core is inert, meaning it's not supposed to have any nutrients. It's like a blank slate, paint as you will, paint by the it's not paint by the numbers. It's a blank canvas, do as you will with this shit. So that means that I can feed it whatever the hell in goddamn hell I want, which I'm choosing to do because peppers like whatever this crap is here. All right, so I got the chopstick. Why the chopstick, Aaron? Because in order to get this guy out of this thing here, it gets stuck in here because these little rock wall cubes are not designed for this particular little seedling starter deal. Because this is a garden deal. I'm a big fan of garden stuff. No affiliate. So I'm gonna take him, and then I'm gonna make a little carve out for him in here. A nice little new home for my little pepper seedling. He's gonna go in there just like that. I'm gonna cover his little cube up so that he's nice and snuggle buggled in. There we go. Very nice and snuggle buggled. And I didn't have any more Oyas to put in here. So this guy's just gonna be plain, and I'm gonna have to water him probably more frequently. Especially as he gets older and starts feeding. So we're just gonna water this dude, or fertilize, I guess, is more accurate. Make sure to paint around the roots there so he knows he's being fed the juice, so he has access to it, because his roots aren't that big yet. But they'll get big. They will eventually fill up this goddamn container. I'm not leaking, am I? No, not leaking. Thought I was leaking. His roots will eventually fill up this container and dominate this entire fucking sack. And I've still got 2 in there, and I'm gonna let them be for now. I'm gonna see how they react to the juice before I make my final selection. I know, so dramatic, huh? So dramatic. All that drama, brah. All that drama. And there you have it. A nice new pepper seedling in his new home. And one day, he's gonna be as big as these guys right here. He's gonna be a honka-tonka, and he's gonna give me peppers and put them in my mouth, because I like them peppers.
So there you have it. Some freshly fertilized pepper plants and a nice new home for my little pepper seedling. He's gonna grow up to do big things. I can almost guarantee it, because I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm a goddamn expert. I'm pretty flippin' good at this, and I'm kind of a big deal around here. So if you like this, I suggest you subscribe so that you can get more of it shoved right in your face. YouTube will just keep on pushing it right into your face until you click play and you watch it forever. And if you really like this, then click like. And if you don't like it, then click the don't like button. But if you didn't make it this far, then you're probably still not here. You're probably off watching some twerk videos or people catapulting themselves into sticker bushes and watching cows just eat grass because you're a weirdo. I know what you're like. If you didn't like this, then there's something wrong with you. I've been Aaron. This is Hydro Solo. See you next week. I don't care. Do what you want. You got freedom.